Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in Mannington. We're gonna have to come up with a better name for Mannington. Wow, so many little props loaded as I zoomed in. Huh. I don't mind if they disappear as long as the game like runs smoother than it has. I'm fine if they disappear. All right, I've thought about it. Before we start playing, I was reading about people's experience with this new beach assets pack. I'm not getting it. We're not getting the beach assets pack. I don't want the beach assets pack. I'm just not interested. She's not for me in this moment. I just don't want it. If it wasn't $10 for what it is, someone on Reddit had mentioned like it's giving EA, and it really is giving EA, and I can't do it. So let's unpause first of all. Let's just like get in here and start playing. So I think what I want to do today, did we unlock farming? How do I do the farming stuff? Maybe I don't have it yet. Let's see. Office. Where's natural resources? Disaster, fire rescue, leisure. Natural resources. All right, we unlock natural resources at a large village. Okay. So what I think I want to do, I'm interested in just kind of quickly getting a bit more expansion done. Or I think I want to fill in right here. I want to get this section kind of all tied up, neat and tidy. So we have this main thoroughfare road here. I don't want to really futz with that too much. So let's do here along this road, since this is an industrial road, we're going to send this up and over to there. I'm a fan. Okay. Let's also send a road up through the middle here. I know this is a little gritty. That's okay. I want to utilize the space that's immediately off of this highway as much as possible first. Then we're going to find a way to tie these two things here together. So I think I'm going to take this out. Let's take it out 80 units. Let's give it a bit of a curve, right? And then let's curve it into here. Although that feels a little aggressive. I'd rather do a bit of a straight pull here, a bit of a straight pull here. Now we're going to do just a tiny little curve and then connect in. Gorgeous. I like that. I think this road can come straight to here. Actually, I kind of want this road to connect in here as well. Let's do it this way. Let's take this straight out. Like, this is one of the things I do like about this new game. Like, the road tools are just, frankly, remarkable. All right, this is going to come straight. Do we want to curve it into... I'm not seeing where this line is. Oh, it's here. It's about here. I'd like to keep that at 180. There we go. It's a little strange, but I don't hate it. Let's go ahead and connect. I think this can stay somewhat of a grid. Or... Actually, let's give it one more. We're going to give it one more row of a grid, and then we're going to do a few little cul-de-sacs coming out of here. So, like, we'll send this road straight. That can end in a cul-de-sac. We can have a cul-de-sac come off this side. I like using these trees. Let's turn on these grid lines. Let's use these trees as kind of like the way that we're informing how far we're going to go. Do we have access to ground pollution yet? We do. So these buildings here are producing ground pollution, but it's not really spreading too far. So I think I would be fine with making this. You know what? We've got this benefit of the ground moving up. So let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Let's build a straight line right off of here. I want to go a bit further over. Yep. Just like so. We'll build a straight line off of here. I don't want to have a four-way intersection there, so we will build an additional one here. And maybe we'll build one off of this way. Okay, just kind of starting to break the grid, break everything apart. This can be a four-way as well, but this is going to have, I think, houses on both sides. Okay. Do I want a connection into this? I do probably want a connection to this main road somehow because I don't want this to become a bottleneck. But maybe that comes off the middle here. No, I like having this open green space. I'm trying to be mindful of like leaving some open green spaces. So let's use, even though it's faint, let's use some of the lines we're seeing on the map to our benefit. So let's bring this out straight. Let's then go ahead and curve following this contour line that we see. And then I think let's go straight. Let's just connect it straight on up. Give me 180 along there. It's a strange shape, but there's something about it that I like. I like that we've got an extra connection here. It is really geared towards going this way. So maybe we try something a little different. What if we were to use a one-way or one-lane, one-way road? All right, let's use this. Let's go this direction with it. Right, so it's kind of encouraging you to turn out this way. And then I guess, like, what if we did something like this? This might be a little, like, over-engineered for this little spot, but I don't know. I don't see why we would not try it. So then we send that road this direction. Is there a way? I don't know if there is. I wonder if there's a way I can edit these lanes a bit. I don't think so. No left turn. This road sign at an intersection prohibits traffic from left turning. So here we want the left turn. But here, I don't want the left turn. I want you to have to go straight. I want you to be forced to go that direction. Here, we want a left turn. But here, we don't want a left turn. I can't tell what I still have on here or not. Okay, but the arrows do change. Okay, I want this here so that you don't turn left this direction. You can turn left this direction. And then if I turn this around, we do not want left turns here. There's not an arrow to depict this, but I think having that is useful. I also don't think these need to have intersections or traffic lights. This one can have a traffic light because you're crossing over traffic, but this can just turn off. There's no need for an extra traffic light there. And then around this area, I don't want you parking. So let's put grass all the way around this intersection. And trees. And we can even pull the grass out along this longer edge. And you know what? I think we're going to pull the grass out along here too. I don't want people parking in any of this. Okay, grass and trees. See, this is what I'm getting at from the last part. Like, I don't like how long this takes me to do. There's got to be another way to implement that. Okay. We've now got a little additional suburban area here. Let's go ahead and start filling it out. So we are going to want some more businesses. I've ruined some zoning here somehow, but it'll fix itself. I kind of want to leave this section empty. And I also want to leave these buildings here empty. But I could get into, especially along this road, let's go ahead and grab our roundabouts. We're just going to do tiny roundabouts on all of our little cul-de-sacs. Oh, autosave. And one more there. Gorgeous. And then now we can just kind of focus on some of this residential. So I think that this is going to be lower density. We've got some access to some higher density, which we are going to need to leverage here in a minute. But I think this whole area can stay lower density. We know we don't want anything getting too large over here. So all that can stay low density. This is going to stay trees. I think this can turn into residential. This I also think can stay empty. I like that being kind of like a little park. I do think we need to bring in some low density residential to kind of merge into this space. But then I think we could zone some high or medium density. I'm just going to take a risk. We're just going to throw down a whole block of medium density and see what we get. I do think that these are obnoxiously large, but let's see what we actually get in here. I'm going to speed up this simulation and we're going to let that run. Okay. We don't need to take care of healthcare because we already have it. We also already have death care. We already have... We do not already have a landfill. All right, we need a landfill. Let's look at our flat land just to see what we're working with. I think the landfill being kind of back this direction is not a terrible idea, because this is so flat. I also wouldn't mind having the landfill positioned almost like along this road some. Like, what if this came out to here? Oh, wait, hold on. We don't want it to be a one-way. And then we curved it to kind of follow the train track almost. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I hope there's enough space here to fit in the cargo terminal when we get that, but for now, that'll do. All right, landfill here. I like that it's set as far back as we can get from our residential, but we're also able to fill in some of these areas. So we're going to bring this over to here. This is a strange curve, but we're going to just let it be. Kind of follow this along the whole way. And then we can go out even further. So I think what we'll do is we'll go out to this intersection, and knowing we want to expand our industrial at some point, we're going to leave that intersection alone. Doesn't need to be a perfect curve, but we are going to get the most use we can out of this space. Send it up. Call it a day. Nice and big, right up against the edge here. We might have to reshape this later, but now we've got stored garbage, 1,495 tons. So we're going to be totally fine. That's more than enough. Did we ever unlock the parking lots? We didn't. I can just envision some parking lots right here. All right, we need some industrial. I think we might throw it here around. This is the transformer station. Yeah, let's throw some in there. Oh, you know what? I do want to turn off the ads. We don't want ads on our radio station. Urban City Radio, Public Citizens Radio. Keep Public Citizens Radio, just turn off the advertisements. All right. Great. This is all starting to fill in. We're getting that demand filled for all of our low-density residential. We have more demand for commercial, which is kind of wild. I think before we do more demand for commercial, let's try to address some of this. Medium density. We have medium density housing, which is for small apartments. If we were going to build this, I think they would be along here in this block. So we're just going to put down one huge set of them. It's going to destroy any demand we have. And it's not even going to fill in all the way because these are going to house a lot of people. Let's see. This one's 8%, 8%. How many people live here? Households 4, residents 5. 5 adults live here. Okay. If we come over to this larger plot, households 6 of 6, residents 6. See, this is interesting because then you have these like open spaces. You know what? Especially now that we have anarchy. Like, what if we were to take these poplars? Can I just like get in here and like make this look nice? Hold on. What happened to my mods? Place multiple. Brush size. Brush strength. Wait a second. Where is anarchy? Where are the mods? I want to put a line of trees here. All right, hold on. We got to reload this game real quick. Okay, we're back. We fixed it. I just had to reload the game. I didn't make any changes or anything. But now we're working again. Along here, I kind of want to do like a bush. Cultivated flower bush. Chestnut tree. The oaks I love. They're huge. Let's do like just some wild... Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're going to do these flowers right along here. But I want them nice and close. Well, hold on. Shift down. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. But I want to go down a bit more. I want to end with one here, too. Yep. Just like that. Yep. And then let's get a little unique here and add in 1 or 2 different trees. We'll put one here, and I think we're going to anarchy this one. I don't know what will happen once these homes upgrade, but for now, the idea of having just like a little community garden in there, I think is nice. I like this front view. and the different sizes we have. Once this grows in, I think I might like this more. At the moment, I'm not a huge fan of how that looks. I like the background here, or the back of these houses, how they're all the same. But we'll survive. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Households 45, residents 45, households 44, and look at this, we're getting another one coming in. Boom, tons of people. All right, so that's really going to increase the number of people moving to this area. Yes, and we're getting another one. All right, let's do, did we zone all this for regular residential? We did. We were leaving this space open in case we want to expand on this, but on the health services, but I think I might want to do a bit more commercial. Maybe what we'll do is we'll stick some commercial right here. This is going to stay empty, but I think having a little commercial just kind of on this corner here to benefit these houses. And actually, those are going to be smaller, purposefully smaller commercial lots. We've got some more demand for industrial, which it looks like we are completely full up. And you know what? We haven't built this elementary school or the high school. So what kind of eligibility do we have? We've got 80 people eligible for elementary school, 127 eligible for the high school. And then we also have 69 eligible for college. All right, let's start with the elementary school. Now, the elementary school does have some additional pieces to it that we're going to have to remember. The high school is the one that has the big sports field. I feel like the high school goes over this direction. I'm wondering if the elementary school goes over here. Let's turn off anarchy. Wow, the line around this building is super faint. But I guess if we put the high school, the elementary school over here, that could work. Or better yet, I'm going to place it here. What is this road? Manor Street is the long thoroughfare road that's going all the way over. And I don't want to interrupt Manor Street. So we're going to place this right here. I believe that's the right. Yep. We can still get our road alongside Manor Street, which is great. So I'm just going to bring that out just for the sake of having that brought out. And then looking here, we have a few things we can add to this. Our money is still going negative, but soon we'll be fine with that. We can probably even start adjusting the tax rates here soon. I love this playground. 10% well-being within 300 meters. The activities provided by the playground bring increased well-being to citizens. It's only $5,000 a month. And you know what? I almost want to put it here on the side. Or is that where we'd rather have this? No, because this is going to intersect with this road. And if anything, I want to have another road come all the way through. So let's do this. Let's place this right here. And then let's give it some trees just kind of around it. Now, these don't have to be anarchied at all. I also want to use the poplar because that's one that I'm excited to see that grow through. And you can really start sitting those close to each other, which I like. Just throw in some flowered bushes here. And then let's also do some of these wild green bushes. And I know some of this will get destroyed by the trees or by the road as we keep going and expanding, but for now, that'll do. Okay, so we now have an elementary school. There are 21 people enrolled. Go, students, go. Get educated. I wish all 4 of those weren't exactly the same, but who am I? This can all become... What is this? Medium density row housing. I think I want all this to be row housing. And although it's against my initial feelings, I think we're going to let them zone in however they want. One thing I'm really loving about this, if you look at this orange color that's now on the ground. So we have the road color, which is commercial sustainability. So certain areas are going to be red. Right now, our city is too small for this, but where commercial would not do well. This like orangey color that's starting to show up on the ground, which will also eventually become green, is how many customers are in that area. So if we were to put commercial here, it's going to do much better because there is so many customers right here, mainly focused around these 4 buildings. All right, we're going to let all that build in. Let's go over here. Oh, wait, I wanted to keep this on 2 times speed. Let's go over and throw down. Let's just fill both of these with industrial. That's fine. And now that we have our elementary school, I do want to go ahead and just kind of jump right into building a high school so that we keep people educated. I think I'm going to place the high school over here. Let's get rid of this like white overview. This middle road dead ends into a cul-de-sac. This road joins into Manor Street, which is going to become, I think, somewhat of a big deal. And then this road here goes along this direction. So I think let's place this centrally. And even better yet, let's bring this... We know that we want this to go forward a bit more, right? I want this to come out. I want this to come out. At least to here. We're going to figure out how that's going to keep expanding. Oop, wrong button. Keep expanding as we go. I want to just run that line one more time. Make sure it stays straight to there. Yep. Okay. In here is where we're going to place this school. So high school, centrally located along Green Street. I even kind of want to do pedestrian street where only foot traffic is allowed apart from service and delivery vehicles. I kind of want to do a little setback here. Let's give it 3. I think the smallest parking lot could fit there. It might be 4. We're going to know any second here because I think we're going to unlock parking lots next. All right, here. We're going to cheat the system. Let's build a roundabout. Let's build another one. Come on, how close are we? All right, if I delete them and then we just rebuild some roads. Send this road straight on out. Come on, how close are we? We're so close. Big ol' roundabout. Bam. All right, milestone 3 unlocked. Let's go to the progression panel. In addition to increasing our loan limit, we got 3 development points. We got 5 new expansion permits, which I'm excited that we can start thinking about where we want to grow to next. We got service budgets, livestock farming, stone mining, fire and rescue, firehouse, police, and administration. Welfare office provides financial... I do want to think about getting this welfare office. I didn't even finish reading it. Welfare office provides financial support for low-income citizens, which increases their well-being and lowers the likelihood of recurring crime. Fire, we turned off the need for this like emergency shelter, so we don't really even need to continue doing this particular branch of this tree. We don't need the emergency shelter, we don't need the large one, and we don't need the early disaster warning system, even though it's a late game piece, just because we don't have disasters in that way. So I'm not really concerned at this moment about the fire section. We already purchased the college and we still haven't built it yet, so I'm not worried about that. And right now our city is so small, I'm happy with this basic services here. I'm looking forward to getting this transportation unlock. Let's grab parking lots. I know it's expensive at 2 points and we can't then purchase large roads or highways. I think it's too early for those anyway. And then we have 1 point left, so we could do the crematorium. I again think it's too early. We can't afford university. We could go ahead and grab this welfare office, but the problem is it's so big. I think we got to have a population of like 10,000 to make this meaningful. So you know what? Let's hold on to this point. We're just going to keep it for now. And oh, you know what? Level 4 is Grand Village. So let's focus on getting to level 4. I think we can do that pretty easily. All right, let's throw down the school. But before we do that, let's see if we can fit a parking lot. Oh wow, it's so much bigger. It's 5 deep, and then medium looks to also be 5 deep as well, but it's just wider. All right, let's get rid of Underhill Street. I do want to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 about here. It's got to be on the 90 though. Yes. And now I think we could put in parking lots to benefit the school. And I think, frankly, let's get wild. Can we fit 4? We can fit 4. We can fit 4 right in front of the school. I think the school also comes with a few, but I like this idea that like we have purposely built some additional overflow parking, and now that we have anarchy, we can meaningfully place trees in a line. I've never been so excited in my life. Trees in a line blocking off this parking lot from everything else. And you know what? That feels a little too close together. I like 6. So we're going to place those here. Place these here. And you know what? Let's also grab these cultivated bushes. Now I want these to be hella close together. I think 2 is perfect. Yep. Yep. This can just kind of drag all the way through. This can drag across here. And this can drag across here as well. Phenomenal. Oh my god, that's what we were missing. Changes everything. Okay, in terms of our upgrades, we have an expansion wing, and then we have another expansion wing, or school library, which is great. And then we also have, this is what I'm thinking about, the sports field. Now, the sports field is actually perfect. I'm just looking at the spacing here. It could go right behind the school and be fine in between these roads. Obviously less the roundabout. So we want to keep that in mind as we're building further back. We already have 59 students going here. How's our elementary school? 120 students. Love it. We are really starting to fill in here, which is great. I think I would like to use an alleyway. This is also an alleyway. So actually, instead of an alleyway, let's do this. I think this area could benefit from just having its own little parking lot. Let's turn off this anarchy. That's going to be way too large. But this medium-sized one can fit here perfectly. And then we can zone the rest of this space for the, what was this called again? European-style medium-density housing. So it's not the row homes, but it is medium density. Again, I can't stop, won't stop with these poplars. Let's get in here. I like them at a distance, I believe, of 4 is what we liked. So we're going to throw those along that road there. And we're going to throw some along here because this is an alleyway. I think it's good to have trees surrounding both sides. This is also going to help as they grow to tamp some of that noise down from the commercial. So the residents are doing okay. I don't love these open spaces. I feel like it's not a great use. Like just fill all the way back, but we're gonna vibe with it. Plenty of open jobs. That's right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Crap. Oh no, it's a Lima bar. Limzabar. Hey, Limzabar. Don't be on fire. Limzabar is burning. Okay. You're complaining about high rent. You're going to have to get over that. You guys are complaining about high rent. Not enough customers. Let's unpause. We're going to need to build a firehouse. I think that this section here could really benefit from having the firehouse, and I think we place it right on the corner. I normally don't like to place them on the main road. I like to have them just off the main road so that they can easily turn left or right on the main road, but I don't think that's a problem here because there's no median. These are building in, and I like that they're different sizes because now we're going to get some different buildings here. These are cute next to each other. I'm down for that. 1824. Fascinating. Like, the size really does impact the number of people. Okay, great. So we have a few more people there. Great parking lot. Parked vehicles, 61 of 60. It's already filled. A lot of motorbikes. Let's increase this fee to $20. You're in the center of our little downtown. It's gonna cost $20. Sorry, nothing we can do about it. All right. We probably also want to consider getting some police. So let's just do that. I think the police can go over in this direction. I think we have it over here because we're also going to expand out this way. And this suburban area here, I consider probably it's going to be a little bit more low income just because it's so close to the pollution. It's not going to be able to upgrade as much as the other areas. Yeah, right there on Pearl Street. Right there on Pearl Street, no reason to change it. Like, why mess with a good thing? And the upgrade, I think, yeah, the upgrade just attaches onto the current building. It doesn't expand off. For our firehouse, the upgrade also just goes onto the current building. It doesn't expand off. So I'm happy with that. Okay, we want to get to that level 4. So let's keep going on here. Before we do that, though, I think I want to build out. Do we have districts? Oh, not yet. That's level 4. Okay, so let's then focus on collapsed. This building has collapsed due to lack of maintenance. What? That is crazy. Do I just delete it? I guess it's zoned for light green, but we don't really have much demand for that. Okay, interesting. So let's look at our budget real quick. We are bringing in $5,000 a month. We are still getting pretty significant government subsidies, but we now have unlocked taxation. Now, taxation is based off of a person's education, whereas with commercial and industrial, you can base it off of the industry. So you can give subsidies to different industries if that's what your city is focused on. I think we're going to leave uneducated at 10. I think poorly educated will bump to 11. We'll leave poorly educated at 10 as well. We'll bump educated to 11. We'll bump well educated to 11. And we'll bump highly educated to 12. We don't have these yet, but let's go ahead and give it a little boost. And then generally for commercial, I think we're going to go to 11. And for industrial, we're going to go to 13. Just across the board, blanket change. Great. I think we're going to leave that there. And then for services, we could adjust this a little bit, but I think our taxes are now going to help offset some of these costs. Fees, budget. You can also change budget and the service fee. It'll make people more upset, but we'll get some more money from that. I think we're in a good spot, though. We're going to leave that alone. Now, we can't see production yet. When do you unlock production? At level 4. So we'll be able to see what we're producing as a city, which can inform how we start expanding our specialized industry. But for now, we have finally unlocked the natural resource view. So before we look at this more specifically, let's look at all of our natural resources. So we've already built over top of some of these farmlands, so we're going to ignore those. Right here, we've got a lot of oil, which is really exciting. Huge oil deposit there, although it's a little close to our town. This ore here is on the other side of the train track. We can absolutely access that. I think we focus potentially on building out some farming right here. So we're going to need to use some of our map tiles to get here. I think I want this one. I think I want all 4 of these, and we can build a road across here. Or is there road access? There is road access here, but I don't have highways unlocked yet. For $36,000, let's go ahead and purchase these 4 plots of land. So we've now expanded our city limits just a bit. And I think we're going to have to do some expansion of our main street here. What is this road called? I don't actually know. Thornton Street. Let's change this to Main Street. Okay. So we're going to send this, turn on these contour lines. I probably should have bought these as well, but I think what I want to do is I want to have this come a bit farther forward, and then we're going to have the bridge along this road here, or along this boundary here. So let's send this. I don't know what you clicked on your own, but click off it. Send it to here. Then we're going to go ahead and do a curve. There's a contour line right there that we can follow. Let's do it to here. Okay. Can start heading this way and servicing this area. But here we want a bridge. So I think this can be another large road because it's going to be connecting 2 separate areas together. We have a pretty significant drop. If we were just to go straight, we could see that we go down 4%. So let's raise this up. I don't want you to go down really at all. I want to go 490. We go up 1 in this case. Let's change this elevation. Elevation step. Here, turn this down to the smallest possible. Where's our 90? There's our 90. Let's do it this way. Let's bring this here, keep this at a 0 elevation change, as close to 0 as we can. Right there. We want this to be straight. At this point, yeah, look at that. Negative 11 slope. Let's bring this so that we're getting, again, as close to 0 change as we can. I'm happy with... What if we go to here? Yeah, right there. That's great. Then we're going to switch over to a 4-lane tiered arch bridge. It's going to be overkill for now. It won't be overkill as we continue to grow the city. All right. Then we're going to bring this over. Again, we want to keep it as flat as possible. So let's bring this back down. Plus 0.3. There we go. Plus negative 0.1. That's pretty flat. And then again, let's just bring this so that we're as close to flat as possible. Where are we at here? Negative 0.1. Really, you know what? Bring this to 0 and just get this back on the ground. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, now we're not going to be able to connect meaningfully into this highway just yet because we don't have the roads we need. But now we have access to all of this farmland. Yeah, now we don't need to build livestock farming. Livestock farming can be placed anywhere. But I want the livestock farming to be near the grain and the vegetables and the textile. So we're going to reserve this for the 3 other levels of farming related industry, but we can place some of these farms for these livestock just outside. So let's go ahead and grab, can we build with this view on? Oh, we can. Fantastic. Let's go straight off from here. It's relatively flat. And then I do want to give it a little curve. We want to have a little life over here and then send this out straight here as well. Let's go ahead and put another road off this direction, and we'll bring another road off this direction. They may connect at some point. I don't know when. For now, that's all we need to build. And then we have a huge demand for industrial, so let's go ahead and build our first livestock farm. I think what we'll do is we'll place it a bit more central on Summit Street. And then we're going to just fill in this whole area. Come back here. Where does it go? All the way to the edge. Let's just take it as far up as we can. Send it along the edge of our property line. And then we will... I don't want to necessarily do a curve. So we're going to send it straight to this highway. You really can't see the road here. Luckily, it snaps to it. And then I want to bring this... I want to bring this at a 90, but I want to get it at a 90 that then can connect really nicely to this section. So like right about here, we want to try to stay. Let's go about there. Does that work? Works for me. Okay, there's our first livestock farm. We're almost at level 4. Not enough water, backed up sewage. Okay, well, we need to deal with that. Let's turn down our speed here. So this is coming from the bridge. We have pipes underneath of each of these, but the bridge does not carry them over, so we have to build our own. So let's connect from here straight on over to here. That should solve the sewage and water issue. There we go. It's starting to move. And now we've got 108% efficiency, level 1.5. Let's also go ahead and just place down a few buildings. They can be smaller. Right here in the central area. So now we've got a few commercial buildings that can service our livestock. I did also add, or I changed the settings of Anarchy to allow us to place multiple versions of each of the unique buildings. So, especially when we start unlocking the buildings that are a bit, higher rise buildings, we can start placing a few of those. I think in the meantime, though, I'm going to place one more of these. I want to have a second one of these livestock buildings. We want to export basically everything we're making. Send it all the way up to the road. Now we're going to have to change this in the future once we figure out how we want to connect this. But for now, it'll be just fine. And in fact, let's do this at 90. Let's leave a space here. I think you're going to go right to here. Try to keep you nice and straight. Yep. And then this will come 90 all the way to this road, over and up. Okay. Bit more rectangular than the first, but that's okay. 1 of 1 employees. Here we go. We're starting to get some more employees here, which is great. 29 available. So that's going to help a little bit with this demand. Not a ton, but it'll help enough. And then do we want to consider adding anything else over here? I'm not sure if we do. We're just going to kind of let these guys grow and see where they get. Not enough employees is negative 37% for the efficiency, but employee happiness is at 4%. All right, great. All right. I think we can move on from there. We do need some more residential. And I want to just kind of wrap this up once we get to level 4. So here, to do that, we're just going to start building out a few roads here, fill in this area with some roads, and then we'll... Oh. Or we'll just unlock the milestone now. Let's see what we got. We are now considered a grand village. So we got $1 million. Jeez, why is it so much? $1 million. We got 4 development points, 6 expansion permits, got an increased loan limit, district creation tool, production panel policies, natural disasters, transportation overview, low rent housing, low density offices. Here we go. We got some grain farming, which is great. Forestry, transportation. We can start some buses, which will be awesome, and some parks. I love that. Let's look at what we finally unlocked, which is our production. So, as we produce materials, these materials can either be in surplus and then sold, or if you look at the livestock here in the middle, it shows 3 processing options that go into food, textiles, fast food or lunches. And so what we can do is make sure our city's producing these goods in surplus so that we're able to produce the material goods in surplus and our immaterial goods as we get a higher educated population and start really pumping out some of these goods so that we can balance this balance sheet here. So for example, convenience food, it needs wheat, it needs livestock. We have livestock, but we don't have enough wheat. And so we're running a deficit of 58.2 tons. We're producing tons of these convenience foods, but at a pretty high expense because we have to import all of the wheat that we need for this. So as we keep building out these materials, we can then inform kind of what is built here. So I think we're probably going to leave this part here. I'm happy with as far as we've gotten. This is looking much better. And if we look at our population, let's bring up the population growth here. We've really gone like full throttle. We've had a huge boom here, which is great. Timescale 1 month. Let's bring this up to 6 months. Yeah, I think this is probably about where we ended the last episode. And so this is a huge increase. I think all around, we've done pretty good work today. We've expanded and made a whole new suburb, which we're going to go ahead and district out next episode. The high school, we've got 170 people currently enrolled, and our elementary school is 194. And then, yeah, I'm really pumped about all of these medium density apartment buildings. But that's where we're going to leave this part here, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.